channel. My name is Jojo and today I'm bringing you guys a video on my 7 favourite mummy items and my 7 favourite baby items. If you guys are new to my channel, please like and subscribe and leave me some comments. So today, because we are doing a mommy and baby video, I have my happy helper who is loving his hands at the moment. This little guy is 4 months old, and so I'm basically going to be including things that I have found really helpful for my 3rd baby, and now that we are in our 4 month of having the 3rd baby. Now that I am 3 babies in, I've learnt a little bit along the way as to what I need and what I don't need. I feel like as a first time mum, you just buy things like crazy because you get so many recommendations. But I find that every baby is different, and what works for one baby isn't necessarily going to work for the next baby. So in saying that, these are just the things that I have found really helpful. So I'm going to start with my baby things, and then I'm going to work to the mom things. First of all, one thing that I was pretty sold on when I had kids was that they were going to use a pacifier. So, and I know a lot of people don't hold that belief. It was just my personal preference because I kind of felt like babies cry. They do a lot, and sometimes it helps for them just to be able to soothe themselves. And I found pacifiers very, very helpful. We made sure that we weaned them off fairly quickly. But one of the pacifiers that I have come to love here in America is the But I never saw these in New Zealand, given my last, my 2nd baby was 4 years ago now. I never saw these, and at first I didn't understand them. I was like, what is the point of having this gigantic soft toy on the end of a passy? I don't get it. But as Easton has grown up, it is super helpful for balance. The toy on the other end kind of creates a little bit of weight, so when they're lying down or when they're in a car seat, it prevents it from moving around and really falling out of their mouths, because when they're this small, they can't put it back in. So I feel like this was just a really great tool to keep that balance and to keep it from falling out as much. And even if it does fall out, you've got that weight on the end of it so that he can still find it. So this was super helpful. Moving on to the next item, I have got these little babies. Woo! So if you guys have ever heard of these, they are called the Love to Dream Swaddle, and they are an Australian design. So they were very accessible in New Zealand. So imagine my surprise when I saw them in Target. They are not cheap. That's the only thing that I would say. They're not cheap here, and they're not cheap in New Zealand. I think this one design, this is the transitional, so the sleeves actually zip off as they get older. This is the smaller design that Easton is still in, and they come in like smalls, medium, larges. But this is a small design, and this isn't transitional. This has just got an enclosed kind of wing. How it works is baby sits like this. It's a swaddle, but it doesn't keep their arms down straight. It kind of gives them the freedom to still move their arms around. And now that Easton is starting to teeth, he's discovering his hands a little bit more, and for him I find it super useful just to be able to still have access to his hands but not. So if that makes sense, when they're a newborn, they have this reflex where they'll just startle themselves awake, and you can start the process all over again of trying to get them back to sleep. But these were one of my favorite items with all 3 of my boys. The only downside to these is that because he's doing it now, he's got his fist in his mouth, because he's discovering his hands, the ends here get pretty gross and pretty manky. So you've kind of got to keep washing them on a regular basis. But thank the Lord, in America most people have dryers, which they do not in New Zealand. But I found these just to be really, really great and an aid of helping them sleep. Okay, so the next item that I actually didn't have for my first 2 boys, and I was really skeptical about buying, but I found it worked amazing for my 3rd. This was probably my favorite item. This is the Boppy Baby Lounger. First of all, it's not the Boppy nursing pillow. That is a different design, and it pretty much just wraps around your waist. And I tried one of those with Lincoln, but I did not like them. I found them kind of a little bit overrated, and it just wasn't helpful for me. But when I had him, you guys all know my birth story, and if you don't, I'll leave that down below. But from day one, I would put this in my living room, and he would sit in it, and he was just so small that he could fit so comfortably in it. It's got a dip, quite a comfortable divot in it, so if you guys can see that. and it's the perfect pillow for them, and he would just relax in it. He'd fall asleep in it and pretty much just really get him adjusted to the noise around him. He's got 2 older brothers who are extremely noisy, and mum and dad who are a little bit on the lively side as well, so our home is not quiet, to say the least. So this was a really great tool in getting Easton used to kind of the chaos. Excuse me, I'm starting to cry now. The chaos of the household. But I was so skeptical about buying one of these baby lounges that I actually didn't buy this brand new. I did only pay $10 for this boppy because I bought it secondhand. I just made sure I threw it on the wash in a hot wash. I washed it a couple of times, and I even put it outside to dry just to really air it out. So if you're buying anything secondhand, just make sure that you wash it on a hot wash and you wash it really thoroughly. They do retail for about $33 at Target and Walmart, so they're not a cheap item, and for a lot of people they don't necessarily work. So it was one of those things that I didn't want to pay full price for, but I wanted to try it out. Turned out to be the best item ever. Now that he is 4 months and he's very active, he's very mobile, this kid is on the go, and he was just starting to roll out of it. So I would say 3 months was my max time with him in it, but the 3 months that I did have him in it were perfection. I want to talk about a couple of suits. I know that I've only found these in, no, I know a lot of brands do them, but these ones are specifically from Target, and they are the Cloud Island brand, and they are basically a body suit. Now you'd think, okay Joe, a bodysuit, boring, but I'm going to tell you guys why these are awesome. So first of all, you've got this one-piece suit. It's got the little feet enclosed in it, and then if they're a newborn or they're discovering their hands or it's cold out, you can kind of flip that cuff over, and it makes like a little mitten for them. But the thing that I love about these suits is that it has an inverted zipper. So what that means is that the zipper comes from the bottom and not from the top. Typically when you see something with a zipper, the zip zips down from the top. It's just perfect for like late night diaper changes. You're not disrupting this top part of their body. You're basically just slipping out their legs, and I have found these to be probably the best baby clothing that I've got, and I love that they come in a set of 3 for about $12, so they're super affordable, and they come in really cute designs. They're not heavy, they're not too light, the fabric is just cotton, so it's very breathable. It's easy for them to sleep in, it's easy for them to be in the car seat with just a blanket over them, it's easy for any season. I found these probably to be my best baby item clothing, and I kind of wish that I did have them with the other two. So that was one suit there, and this is the other one. This is just a size smaller. So again, super cute designs, an awesome go-to baby item. But moving on to my other must-haves, blankets kind of base things, but you guys have all heard about muslins. You need a lot of them when you have a baby. I use muslins for, oh my goodness, spit cloths, swaddles, just a light blanket in summer. I use this one in particular to throw over my car seat. I use this as a light cover. It's very flowy. It makes it very easy to flip it up, see baby, play with baby, whatever. I use it as a nursing cover. Muslins are just a go-to, and I have quite a lot of them, and surprisingly I've used all of them, but my favorite muslin has been this New Zealand one. You guys have seen it in my nursery tour, which I will also post down below because that's one of my favorite things that I got to do with Easton. So shout out to the brand From New Zealand with Love. I have mentioned these guys a few times on Instagram, but they just make the most awesome New Zealand muslins. Somebody did ask me one time, somebody said, what are all those spots on the muslin? And I was like, my heart beats still, it's my country, okay? Like, I kind of got defensive about it. And I think the one thing that I really love about this muslin that I try to make sure the other muslins have as well is the size. But it is just so large. It's a very thin, breathable fabric. This size muslin is just where it's at. Okay, so the next item is another blanket, but this one is a little bit heavier, but not too thick. Fabric really does matter for a baby, and particularly you want to use cotton. So anything that's got like a fleece to it isn't going to be breathable, and they can overheat. So this is a really light knitted blanket, and I made sure that I had one with Lincoln and Hudson. Again, the fabric is just 100% cotton. I'd say it's just like a thicker blend of cotton. I think it's got 2 layers to it. And the muslin is just a 100% cotton, but it's a lot lighter. So the knitted blanket is just perfection. Like, can I just show you guys, first of all, the prints is super cute. This is a safari blanket. I have 2 of these. I have one in grey that's got lions, and then this one. I use this one for bed because it is black, and I use my grey one for when I take him out in his car seat, because I just find that it's the perfect weight. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, it's got a good stretch to it, and it's a great size baby blanket. You can see there it's got weight to it, but it's not too heavy. I bought this from TJ Maxx for $12.50, I think. It was ridiculously affordable because I knew this was the kind of fabric I wanted. I was just looking for the perfect print, and I went in one day hoping that they'd have something with my theme, and my theme was safari, so I was like, winner! So my last but certainly not least item is a tummy time mat. I did not have one of these for my other 2. This one I got off Amazon. It is the brand Sweet Jojo, which is also very relevant to my name. And these come in so many fun designs, but I have just stuck to really neutral colours for Easter. And this one's super cute because it's got arrows on it. Now, aside from the design, the one thing that I love about this is the shape. It's a big nice circle. I can use it for when he's this age or as he's getting older and he's sitting up. It can be just like a little play mat. It's very travel friendly. You can take it with you, fold it up. It's perfect for tummy time because it's comfortable. It's not too squishy and it's not too flat. Like, it doesn't just sit on a concrete floor and there's no protection for baby, because babies can get pretty rough. And it is washable. I think I've washed this about 10 times. It hasn't lost its shape. It's just stayed so sturdy, so perfect, like it's new. I was actually even thinking about getting another one because it's just such a good item to have. I leave it in my living room all the time, and then I have just an IKEA play gym that I pop on it. The only thing that I would say about this is that it's a little bit on the pricey side. I did pay $30 for it. I got it off Amazon. I'll leave the link down below, but I have found these to be super helpful as well. So that was all my favorite baby things. That was 7 of my favorite baby things. So I'm gonna go through now with you guys my top 7s for mama, because if anybody's important, it is us, and I feel like we kind of get a little bit forgotten about. But yes, I would say that this whole mothering deal is about us. Okay guys, when you have a baby, it ain't pretty and it's not painless. If you have one my way, I had it all natural, and I pushed them out raw and real. And for my first baby especially, I tore TMI guys, but to pee was agony. One thing I wish I had with Lincoln was one of these bad boys. This is a Peri bottle, and it is designed to use after you have a baby. You're sitting on the toilet, you have your Peri bottle, and you just kind of squirt it down there as you're peeing, and it makes things a whole lot more comfortable. I use warm water, and the thing about this is there's something that allows you to spray it out quite evenly. So affordable, so easy. I got this for free. This was from my midwife, and this has turned out to be the best thing that I remember using after I had Easton. But oh my goodness, I wish that I'd had it with Lincoln. Another thing that I found super helpful, but I didn't necessarily need, but I want to mention these anyways because I wish that I had them. These are the AER anal episiotomy relief. That doesn't sound great, but basically they're 40 pre-moistened witch hazel pads. It's basically designed for you to wipe down there, and it just does help with the soothing and the healing, so it's not as painful. I think I got these off Amazon. I got a 2-pack for like maybe $6 or $7, so they were very affordable. 40 pads, they do last you a long time. These were super helpful, and I will leave the link down below for them. My last thing in terms of like what you would need having a new baby were breast pads. In the beginning, nobody tells you, but you leak and you make a mess of your clothes if you do not have breast pads, and it would catch me out sometimes. I would go out and be like, holy moly, I have no protection in my bra and I'm wearing grey. But I wanted to talk about reusable as well. And these are just a fabric. I think they're a microfiber, and then they've got like a satiny kind of fabric on the other side, and you basically just put these in your bra and they work the same way. And I didn't like that they were a love heart shape, so these were not my favorite reusable breast pads. I do have really awesome breast pads from New Zealand, but They were locally made. I can't even remember. I think my sister gave them to me. Like, I can't even remember how I got them. But I did want to mention that you can buy reusable, and obviously it is much better for the environment. But if you're in a pinch for time, or you just want something quick and you don't mind about wasted, I think it bugs me because you get so much wrapping. It is a lot of waste, so it's not quite as like environmentally friendly as the reusables. And these are cool because they do have little stickies on them, so you can just stick them into your bra and they're not really going to move around. They're not uncomfortable, they're not scratchy at all, you hardly know they're in your bra. But breast pads are a must. I did want to mention these nursing bras. I bought them on Amazon. I got 3 for like $20. I got them in a beige, a pink, and a black. I'm wearing this right now. I find this to be my favorite bra. It's got no wire in it. It's just super stretchy. It's just cotton. It's comfortable. I bought them in a small size. It wasn't ideal to begin with because when your milk comes in, your breasts basically blow up. But as my supply has kind of become more regular, my breasts kind of fit a little bit better, a lot better I should say, into these bras. I would recommend maybe even buying like 2 sizes. It's got so many hooks. Like, guys, have you guys seen this many? Like, in the beginning I was finding it so tricky to like, oh my gosh, how do I do this up? So it was really tricky, but these bras have been awesome. Another thing that I found with Amazon was great, and I still wear to this day because it makes feeding so freaking easy, are nursing camis. I got a pack of 2 nursing camis for I think about $17 again off Amazon. I don't remember the brand. I will leave them down below. And these are so awesome, and I love them because I wear them to bed. I wore them from day one. Straight away when you have bubs, one of these is just so much more comfortable than a bra. It doesn't have all the clips to it. It's just got like a racer back to it. I found camis to be a really awesome, comfortable in-betweener. I still wear these to bed because at night time you can literally just get up, clip it down, Bob's your uncle. Like, they have made breastfeeding so freaking easy. You can get them in different designs. I got a pack of just grey and black because those are kind of my go-to colours that I wear more of. So I highly recommend these nursing camis. Love them, love them, love them. My last item of clothing that I have found to be really helpful with this third baby, I have found granny undies. Let's just call it a high-waisted undie now, because as you guys know, when you have a baby, it's all about the high-waisted. I was going back and forth whether to get like a tummy slimmer, like a tummy band that you wrap around after you had a baby, and I didn't end up getting one of those, but I got compressing leggings because I saw somebody else recommend them. Oh my freaking goodness, they were uncomfortable. They are so tight, and although they make you look like you haven't had a baby, the pain is not worth it. So I opted for just like a really nice high-waisted, tight-fitting undie. I never had anything like this with the other 2 because I was like, oh, that's so unsexy, it's gross, but these are classy. The thing about any kind of body shaper is it can get uncomfortable and it can get very restrictive, and when you've had a baby, that's the last thing you want on yourself. So these were just an awesome in-betweener. They're just cotton, they hug, they're not so tight that you can't breathe, but they're so comfortable that you feel like you've got some kind of support but not too much. I did get 2 sizes because in the beginning you've got a lot of loose skin from just having baby, and I did start in a medium, and now as I've kind of been losing the baby weight, I have gone down to a small. So that's the only thing with some items, is you've got to give room for your body to adjust, because straight after having a baby isn't going to be the same as 3 months after having your bubs, okay? Alright, last and not least, favorite thing of mine. Because we're girls and we like pretty and we're all about practicality and things being functional, by the time you reach your 3rd baby, you're like, dang, I'm gonna do it right this time. This is a diaper bag. Can I just like, oh my gosh. And I'm just gonna tell you guys first of all now that I get so many people asking me where I got this bag from, because it doesn't look like a diaper bag, but you open it up and it's got all the compartments. It's even got like little insulated pockets on the side there for a bottle. And you're probably wondering, Jo, what is it? It is a Miss Fong mini diaper bag. But this has been probably my favorite thing. It comes in a grey, a really nice kind of cognac brown, and a black, and then they do bring out specialty colours, but I'm just plain Jane. I like my kind of blacks and browns and greys. And I use this more as an everyday bag, and I like the mini because it's just perfect for one baby. But Miss Fong is awesome. It's affordable. It is a dupe for the fawn design, so it's a fraction of the price, but the quality is there. I love it, love the colours, love the functionality. These are awesome bags. Guys, those are my mom favorites and my baby favorites. If you guys have any items that have just become holy grails to you with a new baby, or even for yourself after having a baby, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Again, my name is Jojo. Join me on Instagram as well. Click that notifications button, subscribe, leave me some loving. I'm trying to work my way towards 500 subscribers, which is a big number. Already you guys have been so supportive. I'm so grateful for everybody that has subscribed and everybody that keeps up with me regularly. Oh, my heart is full and I love it. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again. I'll see you in my next video, and just keep hanging out because I love hearing from you guys. So toodle pip.